is 4:30 a.m. It is time for the king to wake up. He understands the rhythms of the drums and percussion, also known as ichie and osha in local parlance. Today is like no other in Obosi Ukwala Kingdom. Obosi Stadium is wearing a new look. Indigenes and visitors are in high spirits. The gunshots announce the arrival of the king. His Majesty Iwaji Eziweka III Obosi is the chief host of today's event. Her Majesty Gosisochukwu Iweka is Ezenwanyi Obosi. Ndị ichie na Obosi hold the highest titles in the kingdom. They live in different parts of the world, but keep tabs on happenings in the community.
It's demanding, but remember this is done for the love of town and love of our people. If you really love the town, you will sacrifice anything to make the town better, to promote the culture. I currently live and practice medicine in the United States, in the state of Georgia. And I got in from US on Friday, and I'm going back tomorrow. So I came this weekend to be involved in this event. When you come home, that's when the people you represent talk to you, let you know what's going on. You stay in touch and be able to provide counsel to the Iwa and to your people.
A lot of people do not know the meaning of this. This means people's problem. That's what we're carrying on our neck. And this means solution of the problems. I am bound to protect the interests of every Obosi man with the cap I have on my head.
Today is Obiora Obosi.
Obiora means the will of the people. It's a special name that is peculiar to Obosi.
Obiora means peaceful period, and during that time we also celebrate the New Yam Festival.
In Obosi, yam is cultivated in the months of February and March. By September and October, it will be ready for harvest. It is a major farm produce here.
In the olden days, yam was the major crop for the Igbos generally. It was a crop by which a man's wealth was measured in the olden days. It's not quite so today, but we have maintained that as part of our culture.
No indigene of Obosi should eat yam until after this elaborate New Yam festival, which is also called Iwaji in local parlance.
I know some people eat yams before the festival, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to eat the old yam, the one from the previous yam harvest. But the new yam is supposed to be sacred until the yam festival. Then you are free to eat it.
Today is the 6th of October 2018.
There's a system, a counting system, that the traditionalists use to determine the exact date that the Yam Festival is going to take place. And that's the way it's been for a couple of 100 years. The date is not even picked by me.
At every gathering of Igbo people, the kola nut is given a pride of place.
By God's grace, the wives of the Ezen and ichie of Obosi
Please Lord, I will be any member from now for Jesus Christ.
A tuba has been roasted and the king will perform the Iwaji ceremony. He feeds his children and other children in the kingdom first.
Children are the future hope. They are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. So it's always children first. That's part of our culture.
He fed others, but did not eat.
Sometimes I do. My not throwing a little piece in my mouth yesterday was just an oversight. I usually do. And the chiefs, the ichie, Obosi, the chiefs, they also eat.
In Igbo land, palm wine is a drink for all.
He who eats yam, especially roasted yam, will need some drink, need a drink to wash it down. And in those days it was just water and palm wine. We didn't have the champagne and the bottled wine. And so the palm wine represents just a beverage that our forefathers used to eat their yam, to celebrate their yams.
Obiora is a time to fix strained relationships.
In Igbo land, Iwaji is universal. It's a time to give thanks to God for a bountiful harvest in the past year. But in Obosi, it is special and called Obiora because in addition to the ceremony of the New Yam or Iwaji, the Igbo will declare peace in the kingdom. And for the week of the Obiora, everybody is required to be peaceful. And it's also time to forgive people that have wronged you and time to be forgiven.
I wish to ask for forgiveness from all those whom I have wronged or may have wronged over the years to the present. And in the same token, I have forgiven all those who have wronged or offended me in any way or manner.
During the Obiora festival, there's not like anybody quarreling with his neighbor or fighting or doing anything. Otherwise, the person will be subjected to some fine. It has been so from time immemorial.
In Obiora period, you cannot even see women trading wares, not to talk of fighting, because it attracts a very big penalty. It's a festival in Obosi we don't joke with.
This is a happy event, and Obosi people love their king.
Frontier MSF.
Kingship is like priesthood. It's not something that you just wake up and say, I want to be king. It's a spiritual thing. It falls on you. When it came to me, I didn't want it. There have been almost 20 prophecies about my becoming king. So it just falls on you. And when it falls on you, you have to adapt. If you don't adapt, then you have God to answer to.
Traditional rulers and chiefs from neighboring towns are here to felicitate with Obosi.
Our values must not die. Worldwide, everybody is promoting their own. And the New Yam Festival is a very important period in the whole of the Igbo land and in Anioma. It's a period to thank God for the year that is ending and to also pray for the coming year for the Igwe and the people. So we decided to come and identify with him because he wants us to come and identify with him.
During the Obiora, two chiefs, they were not traditional rulers, they were chiefs from neighboring kingdoms, presented chunks of uzu to me. Uzu is limestone, which comes from the earth. It's a symbol of peace, purity, and it's also used for prayers. Another way of using it is to use it to make marks on the ground. It's like signing your signature.
The clergy also came.
Yam Festival is a big celebration in Igbo land. When the celebration is done, it marks the beginning of time of plenty.
Ndi ichie dance only at special events.
Like Itobo, like Obiora, or like when an indiche being installed. That's the only period you see indiche dancing. Water, that's right. It could be done singly, or it could be done in pairs. You know, we were so many, and to save time, we had to do it in pairs.
The drummers or the musicians are the royal drummers. The ichies dance with their sword, more like warlike display, are basically to show off the beauty of the culture.
Obosi is a successful civil servant of note. Hey! Okay, man. Eva mola moke pa bola agbo. Ozwe. Hey! Ole ronie okome. Oke mwa mochalocha. Mayo. Hey, agene.
Ekwe. That's what is called in Obosi, and that's a special dance for the ichie. Obosi. Ekwe dance is too, but it's a special dance for ichie. That ekwe only comes out when there's something important, like Ofala, like Obiora, and certain other important cultural things in Obosi.
The beating of the drum is not meant for the commoner to understand. We are childhood men, and we understand the language of the drum. Sometimes it calls us by our names, and somehow directs us on how to move our legs. Either you go right or you go left, or you move forward, and so on and so forth. The commoner wouldn't understand that.
One of the tradition.
You see, those who have not taken the title of what they call ichie will not march on the drums. You take the ichie title as well as take ekwe title.
Obosi Ukwala Kingdom has produced sons and daughters who have put Nigeria in a good light before the world.
Obosi has produced academicians, prominent people. The first Igbo graduate engineer was my predecessor, Iweka II. The first Igbo historian was my grandfather, that's Iweka I, who wrote the first history of Obosi and Igbo land in 1923. Obosi has produced many early doctors. My father was one of the early doctors. That's father number 3 in the line. Obosi has produced the likes of Chief Emeka Anyoku, the former Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations, 3 generals in the army, and so many ministers.
Mrs. Ifoma Anabogo Nee Ajebo was given an award for her lead role in the eradication of guinea worm in the country.
Award of recognition to Ifoma Anabogo, the recognition of your leading role in the eradication of guinea worm disease in Nigeria.
The forebear of Obosi Ukwala Kingdom was a hunter.
A man called Adike. He is known as the father of Obosi. He came from a town called Ojoto, a neighboring town. He used to come this way to Obosi area to hunt. And sometimes it was difficult for him to find his way back to Ojoto where he came from. So he started building a house in Obosi. And eventually he settled down in Obosi land, and that's how Obosi started.
This young man reenacted his prowess.
The father of Obosi, who is known as Adiko Obosi, was a hunter, and his wife was Apugo. So this is what we are representing. This is Inchi, grass cutter. My beautiful wife, her name is Ifuna, but she's presenting Apugo. We got married and we bear the children, 9 children. That is the 9 villages in Obosi, which remain 5 today.
The ceremony is still on, but the #1 man in this kingdom is inside here. Everyone is waiting for him to come out.
In the olden days, kings were faced with a lot of security challenges. There was kidnapping, the slave trade was on, and sometimes kings were kidnapped by their enemies or by people who want to usurp the throne. So the king would come out in the later part of the festival to, in a surge at the crowds, especially unknown faces, as a way of bravado, a way of establishing his prowess, his power, his strength, his courage, so that whomsoever has plans of kidnapping or attacking him would know that this is one very rough customer. It's just symbolic. We don't have such threats now, you understand? But we just display it as a sort of remembrance of our culture.
Obosi Ukwala Kingdom is happy. This is a rare occasion with the king dances. That signals the end of his 7th Obiora festival since he ascended the throne. The next day, ichie and other titled men perform Iwaji festival at their homes. They celebrate with their kingsmen, friends, and well-wishers.
I love Obosi to start with. I started coming to Obosi from a very young age. I think I put it to my dad's prowess in bringing his children back home at a very early age. My father's name is Everest. I like the life. I want to be helpful to my people, one way or the other. I wouldn't have been given this title if it wasn't that I was useful to Obosi people. I am a lawyer in the UK. I have my own chambers. And I've assisted so many people in Obosi, from Obosi in London and everywhere around the world.
Iwaji festival in Obosi is an age-long tradition. This generation will pass it on to the next.
Obiora,